Hey guys, it's Ruby. I hope you are doing fabulous. We're going to get some energy here for you. I'm getting a very karmic type energy. I saw the scales of justice coming in. I'm not really sure what that is specifically about. So let's go ahead and get a what's the tea type card here. I have my huge deck that is like a combined deck. Sorry if there's any fan noise. I have a broken air conditioner, so just making it work, guys. It's July in the South. Okay, so there's somebody who is always partying. I'm not really sure if there's drinking going on here. Somebody who's not taking something seriously. Okay, this is like, I'm just seeing a Knight of Wands. Oh God, clout hungry. So somebody who's making stuff up, somebody who's dramatic, somebody who's very surface, not thinking about how their actions impact other people. So there's somebody who is in your energy, who it says a spiritual hater. So yeah. Okay. There's a lack of morality I just got for this situation. They're asking me to use a different deck here. So, gossip. There's some way that they are in your energy. So they're aware of you somehow. You could know this person or never have been introduced to them, but they're aware of you. So if they're not, if this isn't your reading, that's fine. You can find another one in my playlist. I had one card that was turned over. It was the Page of Swords. This person's watching you. They're silent. They could be talking behind your back. They're making things up. They're very desperate energy here. Okay, let's see a little bit more. What about for you? Yeah, spiritual seeker just came out. So again, you are the spiritual seeker. You have this connection to the divine. This other person is the spiritual hater. Two ends of the spectrum here. So there's somebody who is jealous. I'm getting that very strongly. They're making things up. I feel like there's this, I'm getting the sense of just exhaustion with it. I feel like this person has tried to compete with you in some way. What are they? They're telling me to look at the bottom of this, and what they just said was wounded warrior. So like 9 of Wands, which is what I was just saying actually. I feel like this person has tried to mirror you, has tried to mimic you, has tried to seem like they're a better version of you somehow. And I don't feel like you're aware of it at all, because you're just focused on your connection to the divine. You're focused on your relationship with spirit. You're focused on doing your spiritual work. This other person is focused on how they appear, what they can get from situations, just having that like the moment of satisfaction without really thinking through the consequences. And they want to get clout. They're the ones that want to say, see, I'm this person, I can do this, I make this much money, or whatever it is, or I influence this many people. Yeah, devil energy on the split. So there's more to the story here with them. They're tied to a belief system. They're like tied to a belief system that is making them feel like they need to do this for some reason. It's almost like it's an addiction in some way, where they're having to hold up this identity for themselves. And ever since they came across your energy, I feel like they've been trying to mimic it. But I think that what you're doing is what you're doing. You're focused on yourself and you're being super authentic, and you're concentrating on that, and that's not something that they like. Can you give me a card here for the spiritual hater? Deep down, they're in this sense of conflict because they're in a state where they're not behaving in the way that they know that they're presenting to the world, right? So when you're in a state of cognitive dissonance, everything around you becomes unstable, including yourself, because you're not being authentically you. You're saying you're something that you're not, right? And so it's like, she looks exhausted. This may not be a female, but it's presenting as a female. So, you know, that's just what I'm going with here. But, you know, of course they're looking at you. Yeah, it's kind of a creepy stare here. But they're getting tired. They're growing tired. They're growing tired of trying to continually present themselves somehow that is not authentically them. Okay. All right, a card for spiritual hater, please. Card for spiritual hater, please, for the situation. Oh my God. Okay, this one flew out. So it's like, you know, they're looking at the map here and they're like, I want to figure out how to do exactly what the collective is doing. I want to get that pentacle. And they're like observing it and like looking at it, trying to figure out what is it that she does that just has that special sauce that I deserve that. I want that pentacle. That pentacle belongs to me. So yeah, look at the bottom. We have 9 of Swords. That way of thinking, it's like keeping them up at night, thinking about what they believe they're entitled to have that is yours, that has been granted to you from spirit. Okay? And there's a reason why they have not been given these certain set of skills, because they're meant to learn lessons, do something different, whatever it is, and they're just not accepting that. And that is the truth, right? That is the truth with the Ace of Swords. Okay. Tower on the split with the 9 of Swords. Yeah, they're hitting this limit. Okay, this facade that they've created was built on a faulty foundation. Okay. It's getting ready to crumble. Okay. Give me a couple cards for you, please, as the spiritual seeker. You're doing some sort of practice, whether it's, you know, meditation. You could be reading cards. You could be working on Reiki. You could be doing all sorts of different things. Whatever it is, it has to do with your connection to the divine. 3 of Swords, Page of Swords, 6 of Cups. So this person is a karmic scenario for you. This was always supposed to happen, and the purpose of this was to allow you to go through a transformation. Okay, so it's not just about the pain. It feels like it's about the pain, right? And you're experiencing some sort of pain or some sort of fallout that you may not even be aware of at this time. Okay, you could be experiencing, like, if somebody's doing evil eye on you, which is basically just thinking negative thoughts, because everything is energy, right? Towards you, making stuff up, doing spells, spell work, whatever you want to call it. But really it's just negative intention, negative thoughts. Everything is energy. I feel like you've kind of not been aware of how or why this is happening. It's like you can see this, basically you can see them getting ready to put an arrow right in your back, right? With their words, thoughts, or actions. So you've experienced some sort of negative outcome from this person in the past, whether you're aware of that or not. But Spirit is letting you know that this was all part of the plan for you in terms of your transformation, and it's all part of the story, okay? And I understand that's kind of annoying to hear. So we have underneath Death and the Three of Wands. So as you go through this awakening, as you go through this transformation that you are going through, what you don't see is that whatever you have manifested is already getting ready to come in, okay? Now, for some of you, there's a masculine energy that this is surrounding, okay? And there's justice around this behavior from this other person, okay? So there's justice coming in. So everything that was wrong and that was aimed towards you is going to be coming back, and I'm hearing tenfold on this person spiritually, okay? So I think you just need to stay out of the fray, okay? So stay out of the kerfuffle. Stay out of the kerfuffle, okay? Spirit's saying kerfuffle, okay? Stay out of that. So this could be about a masculine energy or another person that's involved. This could even be like a boss, okay? So someone who is in charge, someone who is steering the ships, right? And they could be trying to gain favor with this person or whatever it's about, okay? But this is a person that's involved here, okay? Could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I've seen that a few times here now with the Knight of Pentacles as well. So this is some sort of interference, okay? We have Three of Cups. Yeah, interference, all right? It's going to be made right. How is this going to be made right, Spirit? How is this going to be made right for my collective? How is this going to be made right for my collective, please? How is this going to be made right? You being yourself. Judgment. Yeah. So you being yourself, you having your connection to Spirit, Spirit is going to step in and they're going to be casting judgment on the situation in your favor. So you're going to be getting Dharma, right? And yes, so this other person is going to be receiving tenfold what happened to you. It's spiritual judgment coming down, okay? All right, so I feel like I need a shower after this reading. However, there was somebody who needed to get this message today, so I hope this resonated for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in a private reading, I do have those available through Soulful Revolution TV. It's in the description box. I'm one of their certified private readers featured on their website. You can receive a private reading in person, well, live on Zoom, or you can also receive one that's a pre-recorded reading, and I have different times, so you can pick whatever you would like. Like I think I have a 15-minute or a half an hour you can do. So just choose whatever you would like, but if this is where we leave it, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you on the next video. Please pop a little heart or something in the comments for me. Appreciate it.